Whatever happens, we'll always have this time together.
I love you.
Once war enters your life, you're never the same.
Peace is the only war worth waging.
You're watching Christian Cinema Weekly.
You know, life is not always easy, and it was never promised to be. That's part of living in this world that we live in. We face struggles and hardships and difficulties, which is why I always keep coming back to the concept of grace. It's one of the things about Christianity that draws me back over and over again. You know, last week I shared with you our top 10 movies of 2018. Well, it's time to move forward into 2019, and I want to kick it off by sharing some movies that are brand new this week streaming on Christian Cinema that are all about the hardships of life and the amazing grace that pulls us through. Let's jump right into them right now.
New this week on digital. Russ Taff, I Still Believe.
Now, you may know Russ Taff as a 5-time Grammy Award-winning and 12-time Dove Award-winning musician. What you may not know is his story. He had an abusive childhood, he struggled with alcoholism, and his incredible journey from shame into grace. But this film tells you that story. Russ himself opens up about his past and the amazing work God has done in his life. His wife, Tori, also shares how she kept praying for Russ and never gave up on him. This is a documentary that features interviews with big names like Bill Gaither, Amy Grant, and Michael W. Smith. Russ Taff, I Still Believe, is the story of transformation that you won't want to miss.
Grace and Gravity.
John Palmer is a Christian. He thinks his faith is pretty solid, and he's also very confident in his evangelism skills. But while he's on a business trip to the UK, he encounters a man who's about to jump off a bridge. John thinks that he can save him by sharing the gospel with him. But it turns out Chris, a staunch atheist, knows more about the Bible than John does. Their conversation turns into a battle for both their lives and their souls. If you like offbeat humor and intense drama, along with covering some of the most important questions of our lives, this might just be the movie for you.
The Summer of '67.
This movie follows the story of 3 young women impacted by the Vietnam War. Miley has to live with her mother-in-law while her husband is at war. Kate faces a choice between her high school sweetheart and a new, intriguing hippie boy. And Ruby May has found the love of her life just in time for him to get drafted into the war and taken away from her. While the color palette and the setting of this movie may look bright and colorful, the struggle these women face is deep and very real.
Christian Cinema's Pick of the Week.
This pick of the week was in fact our #1 best-selling movie of the year this past year, so I knew we had to make it our pick of the week. It is Genesis: Paradise Lost. If you've ever sat and asked, where did everything come from? This definitely is the movie to check out. It's a documentary that features interviews with apologists and academics, coupled with amazing visual effects. If you want to check it out, or any of the digital releases that I mentioned today, be sure to head over to christiancinema.com. The links are in the description. And while you're over there, don't forget to sign up for the christiancinema.com newsletter. All right, that's all I've got to say for this week. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest and greatest news surrounding faith and film. I'm Kevin. Have a great week.